Verse 4. We're going to start with verse 4. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4. All right, everybody's Googling the passage. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4. Are we there? Who is not there?
Oh, I'm there.
All right, you're there. All right, we're going to start. So you're going to say, I am patient, I am kind. All right, we're going to start all together. I am patient, I am kind. I do not envy, I do not boast, I am not proud. I am not rude, I am not self-seeking, I am not easily angered, I keep no record of wrongs, I do not delight in evil, but rejoice with the truth. I always protect, always trust, always hope, and always persevere. I never fail. All right. All right, so we are love. We are, as God is in heaven and we are his children, we are the walking, like resounding noise of his love. Like we need to be walking around and, spreading, like we just walk into a room and people feel love, right? And I think that so I think that I just want to share a couple of stories just in my own life of how much God really loves us, like he loves us in such intimate ways. When we were in Boston, there was we had some rough times in Boston when we were out there, even though it was God who told us to go there, but we got there and it was a little rough. But I was pregnant with my second born, Micah. It was just a thought. I just had a thought in my head of like, man, I just really want some like oranges and dumplings. It was like a really random thought, and I just thought it, and I didn't even tell anybody about it. And that day, a pastor's wife came to visit me and brought a bag of oranges and a nice, bag of dumplings. And it was like the exact kind that I wanted, and the oranges were delicious. It was, not like the sometimes you go to the grocery store and you get oranges and it's like really sour. It was not like that. It was like, they were really good oranges. And I was like, man, God, I didn't even tell anybody that I wanted this. But, God just met my need just in that time. And, think about kind of the orchestration that goes into this, right? Like God had to tell this woman to bring these things to me, and it was, maybe planned ahead of time. And God didn't, God knew that I was going to have that thought, and prepared this woman in advance of me having that thought. When you think about that, you're like, man, God, even before I speak something or pray something, God already knows your thoughts, right? God already knows the deepest, darkest, things in your heart. And he knows you in a very intimate and personal way. And he will meet those desires. And what I've learned over the years is that God is a God who desires to meet the desires of your heart. And he truly and when I think about our time in Boston, it was not like roses and petals. We almost got evicted from our apartment when we were in Boston, because we were not able to pay rent for 3 months. But even through that, you know, like God was like showing me in such tangible ways, like, man, I'm in control. Like, I know what you need even before you tell me. I know your thoughts and I know your desires, and I want to meet them. You know, and we never got evicted. Just to let you guys know, you know, God ended up providing, just in His own way. Yeah, I just want to encourage you guys. You know, whatever it is that you're going through, that God even knows, even before you think something, that you're going to think that. You know, He is a God who is an intimate, loving God who desires to meet the desires of your heart. And I think I want to share a couple of other stories. You know, Jesus is just so faithful. I feel like, you know, many of us, I feel like, are kind of like the Israelites. You know, like, you know, we see miraculous things happen in our lives, like God delivering us from, you know, from awful things, and then, you know, like we forget, and then we're like, oh wait, God, like, what do we do now? You know. So, and I during, as I was preparing this, like, God reminded me of so many different ways that He just, you know, showed me His love in my own life, and I just feel like I want to share them because it may be an encouragement to somebody in this room. So, like I said, we were YWAM missionaries.